Savings plan. Oh my goodness, I don't know why that's hard. You know why that was hard? I just spent $37 at Subway, and I'm full of Subway, but that was 10% of my distribution from NVDY. So, hello YouTube, how are you? This is Mike coming to you from Health and Wealth. Thanks for joining myself, Tom Brady Green Jr., and the rest of the community here to discuss NVDY and MSTY. I want to do a deep dive into my portfolio, how much I've got so far from NVIDIA, how long I've had it, and then we'll do the same thing for Misty. We'll discuss future trends. We'll take a look at some of the things that are happening, previous distributions and current distributions. So a lot of you are here because of the yieldmax community. I'm with you totally. Um, and I'm always looking for other ways to expand or, what's the future of my portfolio? I think it's really important that if you are investing to, uh, be fluid, move around, get ready to make a change, pay attention to your investments, especially if you're doing it on your own without a financial advisor. I think it's important for you to have an understanding of where you're at and where you want to go. For me, I want to go to retirement as fast as possible. So that's why I've chosen high yield dividends with monthly distributions. I want to get to a place where I can reach financial freedom. And I'm working my way towards that right now. I have a small account here. I also have two different RRSPs in Canada. I think it stands for, I think it stands for Registered Retired Savings Plan. Oh my goodness, I don't know why that's hard. You know why that was hard? I just spent $37 at Subway, and I'm full of Subway, but that was 10% of my distribution from NVIDIA. So um, I want to go ahead and take a look at those. I just wanted to, start with it's okay to change your mind on these funds. It's okay to like them and not like them. For me, I'm not going to get married to these funds. If they start to not perform very well, then I'm going to make a move into something that is performing potentially better, or that I have, those rose-colored glasses looking at them. So let's take a look at how NVIDIA's done for me. As you know, you've seen previous videos. I have 300 shares of NVIDIA, and I've had it for now 7 months, or I've had seven payouts, I should say. So NVIDIA is YieldMax's NVIDIA option play, and so they're writing synthetic calls or synthetic options and calls, as well as call credit spreads with NVIDIA. So my total investment is $8,613. I'm not planning on adding any more money to this fund here. It takes up, I think the number was 56% of my portfolio. So if you're watching this, you're new. This is not stock advice. This is not financial advice at all. I'm just sharing my story. One thing I will tell you is that having 56% into one fund is a terrible idea. If NVIDIA tanks one day, then I could be in trouble um, with this fund. Now, I do want to emphasize, if this thing went to $0, NVIDIA, some sort of crazy thing happened and went to $0, it wouldn't affect my life in any way. I still have a job. I still have income coming in, and this is just money that I have set aside to hopefully grow for retirement. So that would just kind of slow down that process a little bit. So, like I said, $8,613 in there. I own 300 shares. My total dividends received so far is pretty darn good in 7 months. It's $2,849. And I'll scroll down just a little bit more here for you. Do that. Realized return on capital is 33%. Now, I say it's realized return on capital because I've taken that money. Uh, it's not fully realized return on capital. I put a little bit more of that into NVDY here, which is making me more every month. And the rest of it is every single month I've been putting it into other funds like MSTY, which we're going to go over second here. So pretty close to realized return on capital. Maybe a 10% of that isn't realized, as in I haven't taken it out for myself. And on that note, I haven't taken any money out in the past 7 months now for myself, which is good. I had a really bad budgeting problem 7 months prior, and I've created a video about how I made the spending calendar, which has been really helpful. I actually go in there and I write down everything that I'm doing, every penny that I spend, and it kind of just keeps me on the same path that I want to be on. So 33% realized on capital, pretty good, not too bad at all. NVIDIA has been incredible for their shareholders. It has started to slow down a little bit over the last couple of months here, but still happy with the return. We just got a dividend announced yesterday, $2, and that's going to be coming out tomorrow for most human beings. But for me, I live in Canada. I have Quest Trade. It takes a little bit longer to get to me. What happens is they're going to remove 15% tax, and so I'll get that money after tax. And so everything I'm sharing with you right here, that 28.49, that's after tax. So 15% uh, has already been removed from the 28.49. So I did get a little bit more than that, obviously, but it's nice, right? Quest Trade just takes the tax out before you even get it. Life is good. My average price is a little bit higher, right? It's $28.71. So you can see I bought this, many months ago now, and I haven't added any more shares to it. The current price of NVIDIA is 25.97. Now I took this at 3 o'clock today. It's now 7 o'clock. So it could have gone up or down. So my unrealized loss is $822. What that really means is that I haven't taken any money out of this fund. So it's not a loss until I sell. It's not a win until I sell. So that's an 8% loss on the value of what I've purchased so far. That 8%, if you put it into the 33% returned, obviously that would bring it down to like 25% in positive returns so far for NVIDIA. Let's take a look at NVIDIA itself here and its payouts. The latest one, $1.02, again getting paid out tomorrow. We also have $1.09. So this has been the lowest return dividend or distribution since January. January was a 62-cent distribution. So it's been a long time, about 10 months here of a lower return. So I hope that's not a trend. And that's kind of what I was talking about at the beginning of the video. If we see a trend happening, then maybe take that money and put it somewhere where there's a better trend happening. So you can see here, it's only been 2 months, right? $9, $2. But next month, if it continues to trend that way, might be a time to make a decision on that money. Something else to pay attention to is NVIDIA stock itself. How is it trending? One thing I noticed today that I just definitely did not like was the credit call spread as well as the call itself. So they have two things I don't like. I'm going to start with the something that just annoys me about the website. We have here, and it it made me do extra work today. It says November the 24th. Well, I went and said November 24th. Hey, that's weird. They did a call 3 weeks from now. And I went down to the calendar. That's not when they did the call. It's going to be for this Friday, right? So, um, what they should be putting in here is November 8th, 2024, not November 24. Oh my goodness, it's simple. That's a simple thing. Website stuff, right? Here's what I didn't like is the call for this week is $148. So the as of 3:30, the price was 148.50. So it's already over that. Don't like that at all. How close they create these calls to the underlying price. It's just not. It's not good, right? If this is me writing a covered call, I wouldn't put it so close to that. I would make it at least 5%, 10% out and get a yield. What they're doing by going so close is creating an opportunity for the price to surpass their call, and they're going to have to close this, and it's going to cost them money. Not a good decision. The next bad decision is this credit call spread at $155. That is $7 above this one right here. Do they really think that NVIDIA is going to skyrocket $7 in a week? On a week that they don't have earnings, a week there's nothing too special happening, although there was an election, wasn't there? But before this week started, there was no need to go that high. Why can't we just go a couple dollars more and still get that credit call spread to work for us? I just, maybe it's I don't understand it, but and this is what I'm talking about with my investment. I'm happy with what I've got so far, but you want to stay loose on your feet, because if they keep doing stuff like this, then maybe there's a better place to put your money. Just saying, right? That's my personal opinion. That's how I feel. But again, I am happy with the return here of 28.49 so far, 33%. That's pretty incredible in 7 months. If you double that, 66% in 14 months, you can't go wrong with that. Traditional, right? They want that 2 to 3% dividend or that 10% return on the growth stocks. So taking back 33% in 7 months. I really should turn down the complaining a little bit, but I just see ways to improve to help us make more money. That's all. So that's our NVIDIA talk. Let's go over to Misty next. Everybody's favorite out there in the world, except for maybe that one guy. But I've had Misty now. This is I've had 5 payouts from Misty. It's been nothing but good for me. My total investment is $4,552. Now, 500 of that is my own cash that I put in. The other 4 grand is from other ETFs, previous stocks that I've had. I moved some HYLD.to over to this, and then also its own dividends. So total dividends received, and this is after taxes, $887. Realized return on capital is 19%. I probably shouldn't say that because I've just reinvested that. I haven't taken any of that money out, but I have had a return of 19%, which is really, really good. I mean, in 5 months, 19%. Let's double that. That would be around 40% in 10 months from now. So, yeah, I'm pumped. I'm pumped about Misty. I love it. Mr. MicroStrategy. I can't believe how many Bitcoins they own. It's unbelievable. Check out my earnings call video if you want to watch the entire earnings call. Skip to when you see Michael Saylor, and then you can see what he's talking about with the amount of Bitcoin they own. I'll put it up top here right now. I'll also put it at the end of this video for you if you want to stay and wait till the end. So my average price of Misty is $26.31. If you looked at Misty on September 6th, it was $19 a share. The world was ending. People were very upset about how low Misty got. Then all of a sudden, Bitcoin started to take off. In the last 3 days here, it has really skyrocketed with the election ending. It went up even more. So as Bitcoin goes up, Misty goes up, MicroStrategies goes up. I should say that in a different order. As Bitcoin goes up, MicroStrategy goes up, and then therefore Misty goes up as well. So the current price as of 3:30 this afternoon is $31.15. So I would be up 8.4% in price. My unrealized gain so far is $4.84. My share appreciation is up $837. So if I cashed out today, I'd be up $1,700 in just 5 months on a $4,552 investment. I would definitely be happy about that. Now, I think Misty and Mister have more room to grow. As long as Misty stays from that $20 to $30 range, Mikey's happy. I'm totally okay with that. I'm content. Just pay me my distributions every month. Let's go take a look to see how Misty is doing here with distributions for anybody that's new. So you can see there are it's seven payouts so far. They've had some incredible payouts. I was talking to a colleague today at work, letting them know, these are pretty risky, but they also can be fairly lucrative. Um, you definitely want to have a company that's kind of on its way up, not a company that's on its way down, because on its way down, then they basically eat away at the capital by giving you your distribution. So $4.19 was the last one. We have another one coming out. I can't believe it already. Next week. I'm pumped about it. It's not going to be 4.19, but who knows? Can it be in the $2 range? If it's in the $2 range, I'm happy. But yeah, $1.85, $1.94, 232, 303, 252, 412. When people look at those numbers, they think, wow, is it true? Is that possible? Can they sustain that? You know, it depends on the what they do, right? Their calls, the call credit spreads, which, you've heard my opinion on it, but I have no idea what it is this week. That's the joy of being almost a hands-off investor, not having to do the calls yourself, right? So check mark for the positive there. But let's just see if it's any good this week. So it appears like we've done a few, which is good. Unlike NVIDIA, all eggs are in one basket. So what do we got here? November 15th. So this is the synthetic. It's closing out in a what's the date today? The 7th. So it's closing out here next Friday. So we got 6 trading days, unless there's any kind of holidays in there. Um, and then we got a call here for 255. That's going to be closing this Friday. Looks like a smaller one, right? Less positions, 245. And then you have your call credit spreads. Hold on one second. I just gotta take a look here. I had to pull up the website. Wow, Micro Strategies. How are you, Mister? It works out so well. Okay. So take a look at this call credit spread. This is outrageous. Did they really think that it was going to go to 285? So what a jump, right? From 245 to 85 to 285. That's a $40 jump on the credit call spread. And then the other one here is 255 to $310. I mean, I get it. You want to have some room for this to grow, but these credit call spreads aren't doing anything for you until the dollar amount of the stock gets there. It's not even close. What's the point? How much money are you spending on these credit call spreads that are that much further away from the current price? Take a deep breath, everybody. I just want to reel it in a little bit and say I'm happy with the money I'm receiving, but like this is a new strategy for yieldmax. Has it worked out? Yeah, I don't think it's worked out. Maybe one time, two times ever. But like that's outrageous. Why go from 245 all the way to 285? Make it 265 if you want to go that high. How about this one? 255 to 310. Make it 275, 265, right? Make it worth the money that you're spending. Who's making these decisions? I think that's a good question to start asking, because I'm not super pleased with that one, right? It seems like to me it's a waste of money. That's money that we could be putting in our pocket. Instead of doing the credit call spreads, why don't you do your options out further? Oh my goodness, right? Make us some money, call it yield max, and actually max those yields. Let's take a look at my passive account. I'm gonna put a link for passive down below. If you don't have a dividend tracking device yet, if you're in Canada and you have Questrade, you can get this for free. The premium version, if for the non Questrade people, is $99 a year. Take a look at my code. I think I get like $20 if you use my code on this. Thank you very much, by the way, if you do. But yeah, this is what it looks like. It's a pretty cool little tool here. I've gone ahead and just kind of clicked on the 1 year. What's cool about it is you can see your contributions, how much money you put in, how much money you take out. So you can see the last 3 months I've been buying out on the X dividend date. So I just take money out of my bank account, buy on the X dividend date, and then once I get that dividend, I take it back out, put it back in my bank account, right? So that's what's happened the last 3 months. I'll discuss what I'm going to do with this NVDY coming up, and I'm actually going to ask for your advice too. So here's the dividends over the last year. So even, all the way back to November, I got a 495 dividend from Tesla. That's all this teal looking section right here. I made a big decision in March when Tesla was going to do the reverse split, and I sold it. I went into NVDY, and I'm so happy I did. It was such a good decision. That's what I'm talking about. Stay loose. If you don't like something you're seeing, move on, right? Um, so yeah, there's all my distributions from NVDY. That's when Misty started in July, 25 bucks, 121, 160, 164, and then the big bad boy last month, just because of the 6 week and some other things there too, 758. And then down below here, you can see a little bar graph of my dividends just from the year here. 3582 from NVDY. That's Canadian, right? The number I showed you before was US. Tesla paid me 1681 this year. Misty so far, and again, this is after taxes, paid me 1229 Canadian, different than US. And then down below, this is the one I sold, HYLD. I'll miss it. Right? It pays out a 17% distribution, 14% maybe. But if you're in Canada, that's a really good one. It's definitely solid. It pays every month. It is. Yeah, it's a winner. It's been very consistent for a number of years in a row here so far. HYLD.to, not too shabby at all. So yeah, that's my passive account. Now let's talk about this next dividend that's coming out from NVDY. I'm going to be getting what is it? 303 minus 15%, which is I think $42. So I'm going to be getting about two, I don't know, 265, I think, US. So man, I've had this vision for the last few months of buying a non-dividend paying ETF. And I've got two on the brain. I've got Rocket Lab, which is pretty affordable. It's like 12.45, something like that. I also have Palantir on the mind, which is like $55 all-time highs, but it's gone up 200% in the last 12 months. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. I'm going to give you three options. I'm going to put a poll up after what to buy with my NVDY money. It's either going to be, I'm going to give you four options. Okay, four options. Coney, which is also above my cost average. I have three whole shares of it now. Coney, Misty, Rocket Lab, or the last one I'm going to say is Palantir. So I'm going to leave it up to you to decide what I'm going to buy next. I'll post that poll after I've put this video together. Let me know which one you think I should do. Man, I really, really like Rocket Lab and Palantir. Not advice, just in this little brain right here, I like them a lot. But I'm going to leave it to you. You tell me what to do. It's going to be Coney, Misty, Rocket Lab, or Palantir, whatever you say, whatever the majority is, I'm going to put my money in that. But I appreciate you guys sticking around this late in the video. I didn't want to make it too long, but I want to make these videos educational. I want to make them enjoyable, fun. Investing can be dry. I think it's important to have people out there that um, are also learning, but also can to provide you a little bit of entertainment. And if I did that tonight, go ahead and hit the like button. I'm trying, as you know, because you guys are loyal to my channel. I've got one member so far. Oh, sorry, that's two members so far. Appreciate that. I know you guys have been loyal to my channel. 50% of the people who watch this video are not subscribed. So my goal here is to get to 2,000 subscribers over the next 2 months. A little bit less than 2 months now. December 25th is the goal. And if you can help me out with that subscribe, that'd be awesome. Hit the like, the subscribe. And if you want to support the channel in another way, I have memberships available that provide small perks, but they go a long way for me. Tom Brady Green Jr. says, thanks so much for tuning in tonight. My name is Mike. This right here is Health and Wealth. Tune into this video up top here, and I hope that you have